I'm Patrick Lancaster, and right now we are on the eve of Armageddon. At least that's one of the threats that's coming out of Pakistan. The Pakistan defense minister said if the existence of Pakistan is threatened, no one will survive. And he went on to say, we will not allow any other country to live on this planet without us. God forbid, but it will be so. And there's been several translations of exactly what he said, but that's the gist of it. The fighting has been reported to have intensified heavily over the last 24 hours, and this includes planes being shot down reportedly from both sides. There's even some images and videos that are coming out of a supposed Indian aircraft and Pakistani aircraft being shot down, or in the aftermath of being shot down. And the Pakistani army says there has been 24 killed and 46 injured. India is saying 10 people were killed and 48 injured in the Pakistan attacks on India. And India has declared the start of Operation Sindor, which they say is aimed to dismantle terrorist camps and terrorist organizations in Pakistan and the Pakistani-controlled territories of Kashmir and Jammu. The airspace in Pakistan has been completely closed, purportedly, and flights are being diverted to other locations. So I'm not an expert on exactly what's happening in India and Pakistan, but this is huge. Both countries have nuclear weapons, and one country is threatening Armageddon, basically. So I think it's important for me to help show the world a little bit of what's happening, maybe a little bit of a perspective that they won't see in at least the way I'm going to show it. So with your help, I think it's time that I go to or at least as close to the contact line as possible to show you what's happening or what information I can find out. Maybe I'll get right there up close to the contact line. Maybe I'll get a little farther back. Who knows? But with your help, if you're willing to support my work, I'm going to be headed to India, to the border with Pakistan, to show you exactly what I can see happening there with my own eyes. No narratives. It's not my fight, but I'm going to show you what I can find out, what information I can find out. So let's look a little bit more at information that's coming out right now for the time being until I get there. And of course, Pakistan has said that India's strike on Pakistani territory and Pakistan-controlled territory of Kashmir is an act of war. Now, this border conflict is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, active border conflict in the world. And there's been many reports and footage coming out also of military equipment on both sides, but specifically on the Pakistani side, military equipment's going to the border area, or the front line, you could call it. Now, on one hand, Pakistan says that they have every right to respond to India's attacks on Pakistan and will decisively. But on the other hand, they also say if India backs off right now, that they will not escalate the situation. So it's very important that we keep an eye on this. And like I said, I go there to find out what's happening with my own eyes. Now, as I said, the strikes, artillery strikes on both sides have been intensifying. And Trump has weighed in a bit, saying,
no, it's a shame. We just heard about it just as we were walking in the doors of the Oval. Just heard about it. I guess people knew something was going to happen based on a little bit of the past. They've been fighting for a long time. You know, they've been fighting for many, many decades and centuries, actually, if you really think about it. No, I just hope it ends very quickly.
India has also released some photographs of the terrorist camps that they said were hit in these attacks in the evening. Now, how big can this conflict go? Well, Turkey says they stand with Pakistan in solidarity. Who stands with Pakistan? Who stands with India? Time will tell, depending on how big this conflict gets. The Pakistan Security Council has reportedly given the Pakistan military the go-ahead to make retaliatory strikes against India for India's attacks on Pakistan. No, okay, well, it seems that might have already happened several hours ago because there's reportedly attacks going on both sides. Not only has the Security Council given the go-ahead, the Prime Minister has ordered the military to prepare for a retaliatory strike against India. And Pakistan says the Indian planes they shot down were just part of a self-defense, not actual retaliation yet. So the retaliation is still to come. And there's also the question, why is this happening now? What's been happening? Well, in April, there was a Kashmir massacre, as they call it, where 26 mainly tourists were killed by gunmen at a tourist destination. India blames Pakistan for that. Reportedly, India shut off some of the water supply to Pakistan, which they declared as an act of war. And it's just basically been bubbling over from one thing back in another, back and forth accusations. I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong here, but I think it's something that needs to be seen. I mean, both of these countries are nuclear powers, and threats to the world are being thrown around. So this is very, very important. And again, I think it's time for me to go and give you a little piece of the pie that I can find with my own eyes. So you can see a little bit of a different perspective. As I always say, you need as many perspectives, as many different sources as possible. So don't just watch mine, don't just watch another. Get information on both sides of every contact line that you look at. And not one person has all the information. So I'm gonna go, hopefully with your help, go down to the pinned comments below and donate, please. Let's get this going. I want this to happen. If I'm able to support raise the funds for this, I will go. And need to do it very, very soon because Armageddon is getting threatened now. So let's do what we can to get me there and hopefully bring a lot of good information. I'll be doing street interviews. I'm going to hopefully get close to the contact line, show you what's going on there. We'll have to see. I've never been there myself, but I'm going to do the best for you, and I think you know I will. So, I mean, this is very important. This is very close to nuclear war between these two countries right now. So we need to cover it. Get there. Do the best we can. So please, go down right now to the link comments, or the pinned comments, or the link on the screen, or in the description, and donate. Let's get this trip going, and I'll bring you the information with my own eyes. Of course, there's many perspectives out there. Get them all, but also get mine. Like this video, comment below what exactly you want to see there, what I can show you that maybe I'm not thinking about. And, you know, of course, I'm going to go there, spend a week or two, showing what the situation is, hopefully the aftermath, and it doesn't escalate even farther. But, you know, if it does, I'll be there for you. So we're going to keep trucking. And of course, I'll be back here showing you what's happening in the war here. But this is something that needs my attention, needs our attention. We're a big team, so let's do it together. And let's pray for the world and pray for the people under the bombs right now in every country. Please like, share, subscribe. We're out.